don't need more motivation. You don't need another video. You don't need more advice. What you need is to understand this. Your life is not stuck because you're incapable. It's stuck because your mind is too noisy to see clearly. And the moment that noise stops, everything changes. You don't feel lost because you lack direction. You feel lost because your mind is overloaded. Not with obvious chaos, but with quiet, constant noise. Unfinished thoughts sitting in the background. Comparisons you didn't choose. Information you consumed but never processed. Your mind isn't empty, it's crowded. And when everything feels important, nothing becomes clear. So you search for answers, you watch more videos, you save more advice. You tell yourself this one will fix it, but it doesn't, because the problem was never a lack of information, it was the absence of structure. Most people are not thinking, they are reacting. Reacting to what they see, reacting to what they feel, reacting to whatever shows up next. And over time, this reaction becomes your default state. You wake up and scroll. You feel something and distract yourself. You think about changing and postpone it. Not because you're lazy, but because your mind has no system to follow. Clarity is not something you find. It is something you build, and it starts with removal. Remove the unnecessary inputs. Reduce how much you consume. Create space between what you see and how you respond. Because in that space, your real thoughts begin to surface. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Silence can feel heavy when you're used to constant stimulation. But that discomfort is not a problem. It's a signal. It means your mind is finally slowing down enough to process. Now, instead of filling that space again, you structure it. You decide what deserves your attention. Not everything that appears in front of you, but what actually moves your life forward. You create simple rules. When to work, when to rest, when to think, when to disconnect. Not rigid control, but intentional boundaries. Because discipline is not about force. It's about reducing decision fatigue. When your actions are pre-decided, your mind becomes lighter. You don't waste energy negotiating with yourself. You just follow the system, and slowly, things begin to change. Your thoughts become clearer. Your focus becomes deeper. Your emotions become easier to manage. Not because life got easier, but because your mind became organized. You stop jumping between ideas. You start finishing them. You stop chasing motivation. You start relying on structure. And that's the shift most people never make. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. They wait to feel different. But clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from building a mental environment where confusion cannot survive. Less noise, more intention, less reaction, more direction. So if you feel stuck right now, don't ask yourself what you need to add. Ask yourself what you need to remove. Because the version of you that is focused, disciplined, and clear is not built by doing more. It's built by thinking better. And thinking better starts when your mind finally has the space to see clearly.